Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever have reclaimed the limelight after their much-anticipated return from the Olympics and All-Star break. Fans and commentators alike focused their attention on Caitlin Clark, one of the WNBA's most potential new players. Since her comeback, Caitlin has spent no time reminding everyone why she was one of the most talked-about rookies in the league. Her performances have been nothing short of outstanding, with 2 games demonstrating her enormous skill and development as a player. Clark's performance on Friday was remarkable. She scored 29 points, 10 assists, and 5 rebounds, leaving spectators buzzing and analysts reaching for superlatives. Just a few days later, she had another outstanding performance, tallying 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists. These stats aren't simply exceptional for a rookie, they indicate a player who is quickly establishing herself as a team leader and potential league superstar.
Clark looking to take it around Lloyd. Clark bodies in and finishes.
The Indiana Fever, who have struggled in previous years, are starting to seem like a squad with a bright future, and much of that confidence revolves around Clark. As we dig further into the intricacies of her recent performances and the dynamics of her team, it becomes evident that Caitlin Clark is not simply meeting expectations, she is exceeding them. Caitlin Clark's recent results reflect her talent, tenacity, and hard work since joining the league. Her first game back after the break was against the Phoenix Mercury, a squad that had been generating news for a variety of reasons, including Diana Taurasi's preseason remarks regarding Clark. The tension was evident when Clark went on the court, but she didn't let it bother her. Instead, she gave a masterclass in scoring and playmaking.
Boston gets into the arms of Clark. Clark, the cross over the 3.
Clark scored 29 points on a variety of shots, including 3-pointers, mid-range jumpers, and drives to the basket. What impressed me even more was her ability to orchestrate the offense, recording 10 assists and helping her teammates improve. This is a vital component of her game, which has been fast developing. Her court vision and decision-making skills are already top, and they'll only grow with more experience. Clark's second game of the week pitted him against the Seattle Storm, one of the league's best teams. Once again, she rose to the situation, scoring 23 points and handing out 9 assists. While the points are outstanding, it is her consistency as a playmaker that really stands out. Clark has swiftly learned to strike a balance between scoring and setting up her teammates, a skill that many young players struggle with.
Now tied Tisha Penichero's record for most assists in a season by a rookie. Here's Clark speeding all the way in to the cup. Boston gets into the arms of Clark. Clark, the cross over the 3.
These performances are really significant. Clark isn't just putting up stats, she's doing it against top-tier competition and under great scrutiny as a highly anticipated rookie. Her ability to rise to the occasion in critical circumstances is both a positive indicator for the Fever and a warning to the rest of the league. A unique blend of scoring power and playmaking abilities distinguishes Caitlin Clark's style. At just 6 feet tall, she possesses the stature and length to see above defenses, enabling her to make passes that other guards cannot. This has been one of the secrets to her success in the WNBA, distinguishing her from many of her colleagues.
Soaring in and missed the money. Here comes Clark, wielding through traffic, finds home.
Clark has long been noted for her ability to score. She was a formidable force in college basketball, topping the country in points per game, and establishing herself as one of the finest shooters in recent memory. However, in the WNBA, she has had to change her game. The defenses are harder, the players are stronger, and the game moves quickly. Clark has had to be more careful with her shots and depend on her playmaking skills. The most amazing aspect of Clark's adjustment to the professional game has been how fast she's figured out when to impose herself as a scorer and when to concentrate on getting her teammates involved. During the first part of her rookie season, she forced shots and tried to do too much on her own. However, during the last month and a half, she has developed a rhythm, and it is evident that she is beginning to learn the subtleties of the WNBA game.
Third 3 for Caitlin Clark, who now has 23 points.
Her ability to keep the defense honest with her passing is critical. Teams cannot afford to concentrate completely on preventing her from scoring because they know she has the vision and talent to locate an open player. This makes her very tough to defend, and it's one of the reasons why Fever's offense works so well when she's on the court. Clark's important partners, Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston, have benefited greatly from her playmaking. Mitchell, a sharpshooter who can fire it up from anywhere on the floor, has had more open looks because of Clark's ability to attract track defenders. Boston, a second-year player who is quickly emerging as one of the league's finest bigs, has also seen her game improve as a consequence of Clark's passing.
Physical and finishing even with contact.
Clark, what a pass, hit stride.
These three make up the core of the Indiana Fever, a youthful and energetic club that is gaining traction. Clark's ability to mix her scoring and playmaking is the motor that propels this team, and it's evident that the Fever's success is inextricably linked to her growth as a player. In a game full of emotional moments, one event stuck out. Skylar Diggins hit on Caitlin Clark. Diggins made contact with Clark late in the game, triggering a short confrontation with coaches Christy Sides and Noel Quinn. The Fever were leading comfortably. The bump was not very forceful, but it drew attention and resulted in a heated argument between the two coaching staff.
Day one, you knew that she would only get better and better. She's averaging 17.8 points this season, 41% shooting.
The event brought up concerns about sportsmanship and the competitive aspect of the game. Some saw it as a harmless aspect of the game, a touch of roughness that is usual in basketball. Others saw it as a show of contempt, an intentional effort to get under Clark's skin. Regardless of the intention, the incident underscored Clark's rising friction with some of her opponents, who may be feeling jealous of the attention and plaudits she's been getting. Shannon Sharpe, a well-known sports pundit, chimed in on the situation and shared his thoughts on what happened. Sharpe, who never backs down from a strong stance, minimized the severity of the collision, implying that it was simply part of the game. He said that if it had been a men's game, the event would have garnered less attention. For Sharpe, this was just two competitive guys going at it, and he saw nothing wrong with it.
It got so bad yesterday, the Seattle Storm, they pulled their starters so she couldn't get that double-digit assist record.
Sharpe's comments, on the other hand, alluded to a deeper issue, the anger that some players may have against Clark as a result of the attention she has received. Clark, a rookie, has already earned more media attention and hype than many league veterans. This may cause conflict, particularly in a league where respect is often gained over time. However, Sharpe claimed that having a competitive advantage is beneficial to the game, since it motivates players to improve and makes matches more intriguing for viewers. Shannon Sharpe's examination of the incident between Skylar Diggins and Caitlin Clark provides vital insights into the WNBA's competitive dynamics. Sharpe, who has seen his fair share of fierce rivalries and strong competitiveness throughout his career, knows that such incidents are sometimes blown out of proportion. In his opinion, the bump was just a minor part of the bigger picture, a tale about a young athlete establishing her imprint in a league full of seasoned veterans.
And 10 or more assists. They pulled their starters, and then Skylar Diggins, Fake Smith, her last name, she bumped into her, sped up. Let her cook.
Sharpe's analysis also emphasizes the specific hurdles Caitlin Clark confronts as a rising star in the WNBA. Unlike many rookies, Clark came into the league with a lot of fanfare and anticipation. This has placed a bullseye on her back, with some opponents anxious to demonstrate that the attention she is getting is undeserved. This dynamic is not uncommon in sports, but it is more noticeable in the WNBA since a smaller number of players often share the limelight. Sharpe also discussed the bigger ramifications of Clark's accomplishment for the league as such. He said that although there may be some hatred against Clark, her presence in the WNBA is ultimately beneficial. She adds a new level of excitement to the league, attracting people who had previously yet to follow it. This in turn benefits everyone since it enhances the WNBA's prominence and helps to expand its fan base.
Let her cook. I want to know what y'all saying now, because she is legit. She's better, Stephen A. She's better than I thought she would soon.
One of the most amazing parts of Caitlin Clark's brief career has been her ability to adjust to the professional game swiftly. When she initially joined the WNBA, there were concerns about how her game would adapt to the greater level of play. Will she be able to score as easily against larger, stronger defenders? Will her playmaking stand up to the higher tempo of the professional game? In only a few months, Clark has given an emphatic yes to those questions. Clark's progress has been especially noticeable in her decision-making and ball handling. Early in the season, she tended to force plays, which resulted in mistakes and lost chances. However, as the season proceeded, she showed an impressive capacity to learn from her errors and make corrections. Her assist-to-turnover ratio has greatly improved, and she is much more efficient in running the offense.
Here's Clark. Wheeling
Her relationships with her teammates have played an important role in her growth. Clark rapidly acquired the confidence of her teammates, allowing her to assume a leadership position despite her inexperience. This is a significant accomplishment in a league where experience is highly prized, and it reflects both her skill and hard dedication. Clark's progress as a player is also evident in her mastery of the game's mental components. She's learned how to analyze defenses better, capitalize on mismatches, and control the game's pace. This cerebral clarity, paired with her athletic abilities, makes her a tough opponent and player who will only improve with time.
Trying to shake Wickham, step back is good.
One of the most revealing moments of Clark's recent games occurred against the Seattle Storm when she made a move that left her opponent stunned. As she drove towards the basket, she was met by Brittany Griner, one of the league's greatest shot blockers. Instead of forcing a shot, Clark drew up just short of the hoop and nailed a stunning floater over Griner's extended arms. It was a play that showcased both her ability and her knowledge of the game. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever will receive a lot of attention as the season unfolds. Can she continue to guide her squad to success? Will she be able to handle the hardships that come with being a rising star in the league? Time will tell, but one thing is certain, Caitlin Clark is a player to watch, and her career is just starting.
Caitlin Clark, I'm sure you saw, just became the all-time scoring leader in women's college basketball. I'm curious, where would you rank her amongst all-time college players, in your opinion?
Ooh. Caitlin Clark, who is from Iowa now in the Fevers, has had an incredible path to basketball stardom.
Apparently there's a WNBA player named Asia Wilson. Apparently she's pretty good. Caitlin Clark brings it down, goes twice between her legs, step back jack. Asia Wilson doesn't like that. Asia Wilson isn't smart enough to understand that everybody's going to get fat because of Caitlin Clark.
Her unusual Iowa accent and pleasant attitude have made her a fan favorite, but her amazing talent on the court is what actually distinguishes her.
The player of the year, number 22, Caitlin Clark.
Clark's ability to fill stadiums, record-breaking performances, and magnetic personality have solidified her place as one of the most entertaining players in women's basketball today.
Iowa's women's basketball wrapping up their regular season schedule with a showdown against number 2 ranked Indiana. The game has garnered some national attention as College Game Day takes over Iowa City.
Clark's ability to captivate audiences is unsurpassed.
Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest names in college basketball. People travel all over the country to watch number 22 play, whether it's right here in Iowa City or on the road in the Big Ten. And what bigger and better stage to watch number 22 play in than one of the biggest games?
From high school gyms to college arenas, she has constantly filled venues with crowds eager to see her exceptional skills.
15,000 strong in a sold-out Carver Hawkeye Arena. No one more excited to watch the junior play than little girls, not only in the state of Iowa, but beyond. Watching Clark live out her dreams on the court, giving them hope that one day they can do the same.
Her accomplishments are numerous, including being a leading scorer, recording numerous triple-doubles, and delivering clutch performances that left viewers in amazement.
It's fun to come to games that you can watch, and it hopefully inspires you to play better or practice more, see how they play.
It is very inspiring, and it's nice to be in the environment, so I have somewhat of an idea what it's like to, be in a college environment.
Her unwavering determination and competitive spirit have made her a household name in basketball circles. Caitlin Clark's success began in her hometown of West Des Moines, Iowa, where she swiftly rose to prominence as a high school basketball star.
An unreal day for women's basketball here in Iowa City, from a top 10 matchup to a sold-out Carver Hawkeye Arena to even College Game Day making the trip to Iowa City, a game that I'm sure so many little girls will never forget.
Her remarkable skills on the court garnered her national notice and a scholarship to the University of Iowa, where she has continued to excel. As a freshman, Clark led the nation in scoring and assists.
Honestly, I think work really hard, have dreams, chase them, but also there's going to be moments that are really hard and there's going to be moments that are great. That's what every single person goes through in their life, whether you want to be a professional athlete,
breaking numerous records along the process. Her sophomore year was even more amazing as she continued to dominate the court while leading her team to victory.
Whatever you want to do, there's going to be moments of hardship and then a lot of amazing moments, but that's what makes the moments of really great times, that's what makes it so amazing. So I think don't let anybody tell you can't do something. You can achieve whatever you want in life. I think especially for young girls, have confidence. I think that's something a lot of young girls struggle with is confidence, and lucky enough, like,
Clark's list of accomplishments is astonishing. She was the first player in NCAA history to lead the nation in both points and assists per game in a single season.
I was just trying to exit the court as quickly as possible, so I started running, and I was absolutely just hammered by somebody trying to run onto the court and basically blindsided, and kind of scary. Could have caused a pretty serious injury to me and knocked the wind out of me, but luckily my teammates kind of picked me up and got me off the court. So and their AD already came and apologized to me, so I really appreciate that. And this is what comes with the territory. I mean, I'm sure they tried their best to do whatever they could. Obviously, it didn't work.
She has achieved multiple triple-doubles, demonstrating her versatility and all-around skill. Clark's ability to score from wherever on the court, combined with her remarkable court vision and passing skills, distinguishes her as a unique and formidable player.
Fans filed in from the rain, whether they were season ticket holders.
They're fun to watch. You'll have a good time if you come and watch them.
Or they made the trip up from the Metro.
We love watching Caitlin Clark, and she's really fun, and all the players on the team are really fun to watch, and we really enjoy watching them.
Clark's attitude and charisma have won her fans. In addition to her on-court performance, she has a natural capacity to connect with others, whether it's through conversations with fans or social media. Her humility and genuine love for the game shine through everything she does.
These sisters from Urbandale were among several young fans who had their sights set on Caitlin Clark, and it's hard to blame them with the way she plays. The sophomore from West Des Moines remembers that was once her.
I feel like I was just that little girl. Like, I grew up around the game.
Making her a role model for aspiring players. While Caitlin Clark's profile continues to grow, another name linked with brilliance in women's basketball is A'ja Wilson. Wilson, a formidable force in the WNBA, has also made an impact with her extraordinary talent and leadership. The South Carolina native and former collegiate great has become one of the league's most well-known and respected players.
It's good. It's really good. I love playing here. It's a different vibe. It's a different feel. Obviously, with the Knights, this is the Knights' home, so it's pretty cool just to be here and just go out here and have some fun. Go out here and be us. That's pretty. I don't care where we play. We just got to be us.
A'ja Wilson's contribution to the game is unquestionable. She was voted National Player of the Year after leading her team to a national title while attending the University of South Carolina. Her move to the WNBA was easy, and she rapidly established herself as a formidable force for the Las Vegas Aces. Wilson's scoring abilities, defensive skills, and leadership characteristics have earned her perennial All-Star and MVP honors. Aside from her remarkable statistics, Wilson is noted for her leadership both on and off the court. She has been an outspoken champion for social justice and equality, using her platform to raise awareness about key topics.
A'ja Wilson isn't smart enough to understand that everybody's going to get fat because of Caitlin Clark. Everybody won't get fat if they keep bringing up the ridiculous, idiotic, and tired old notion of racism. A'ja Wilson, who bitch, whined, and moaned, and continues to bitch, whine, and moan, that Caitlin Clark is only popular because she's white.
Wilson's dedication to making a big difference goes beyond basketball, garnering her the respect and affection of fans and peers alike. Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson have both sold out shows and merchandise. Their popularity and influence in the sport have resulted in great commercial success, with fans ready to support their favorite players.
Be more far off. Hey, look, we love Steph Curry as a black man because of how he plays. Don't give two craps about Steph Curry or Caitlin Clark being white, black, green, or purple. When in doubt, yell racism, and when in doubt, look stupid doing it. And the latest is this moron named A'ja Wilson.
One of the most noteworthy examples of commercial success is Caitlin Clark's Wilson basketball line. Fans went wild when she launched her signature basketball collection. The collection's one-of-a-kind designs and personal touches struck a chord with supporters. From handwritten notes to career highlights, each basketball in the collection told a tale about Clark. Clark's basketball collection drew an extraordinary response. The four versions, which were the EV NXT, 3,951 game basketball, WNBA Ascent basketball, and repetition basketball, cost $99.95 a piece. Regardless of price, the collection sold out within hours of its release. Fans wanted to possess a piece of basketball history, and the demand vastly outstripped Wilson's supply. Aja Wilson also has her basketball line, which is part of Wilson's sporting goods lineup. While not in as high demand as Clark's collection, Wilson's basketball remains a popular item among fans. Her characteristic style and branding make it an appealing product, but it lacks the personal touches that set Clark's collection apart. The differences in market performance between Clark and Wilson's basketball lines can be linked to their marketing methods. Clark's collection was marketed as a limited edition, instilling a sense of urgency in enthusiasts. The personal touches and unique designs enhanced its charm. In comparison, Wilson's basketball is part of a larger lineup and lacks the same level of exclusivity. The success of Caitlin Clark's basketball collection extends beyond sales figures. It represents a transformation in the way women's basketball is viewed and promoted. Clark's ability to swiftly sell out her collection demonstrates her great popularity and influence. It also demonstrates the increased awareness and support for women's sports. Caitlin Clark's accomplishments are especially noteworthy when considered in light of the history of women's basketball. She is the first female athlete to own her own Wilson collection, dating back to Michael Jordan in the 1980s. This achievement reflects her impact on the sport and the progress being made in developing women's athletics. Clark's achievements are more than just her accomplishments. It provides hope and encouragement to young females who want to play basketball. Her journey from Iowa to national fame demonstrates that with hard work and devotion, anything is achievable. Clark's collection is intended to inspire the next generation of athletes to take up basketball and chase their aspirations. Amanda Lamb, Wilson's head of global brand, sees Clark as more than just a record-breaking athlete. She regards Clark as a cultural icon who had a significant impact on the sport. Clark's influence goes beyond the basketball court, making her a key figure in both athletics and popular culture. Caitlin Clark's marketability has also resulted in collaborations with major brands such as Nike, Gatorade, and State Farm. These collaborations demonstrate her standing as a top athlete with a marketable personality. Clark's ability to get such sponsorships demonstrates her extensive appeal as well as respect for her talent and influence. Clark's success and the popularity of her basketball collection demonstrate the growing interest in women's basketball. As additional competitors like Clark and Wilson make their mark, the sport will certainly gain awareness and support. The financial success of these players shows that there is a sizable market for women's sports items. Despite improvements, obstacles remain. The gap in market performance between Clark and Wilson's basketball lines emphasizes the need for efficient marketing methods as well as personal branding.
I was those little girls. I was always begging my dad to take me to basketball games, college basketball games. No matter what it was, really, I always wanted to be around the games.
Clark continues to rack up stats on the court, which will make her a record breaker.
That's the thing I'm most proud of, is how humble she's remained.
To continue to flourish, women's basketball requires a determined effort to market the sport and its participants. Caitlin Clark's legacy is already being shaped. Her contribution to the game and ability to connect with fans has set her apart.
It's the way she is off the court that makes her a role model.
You know, I think that was the most kids we've really had all season today. The tunnel was just packed with kids, and you know, I try to make time to high five every single one of them, and you know, that's really what it's all about, inspiring the next generation, and I think our team does a tremendous job of that.
Clark's narrative is about talent, determination, and a passion for the game. As she reaches new milestones, her influence will only expand.
One of the most fun parts of this whole ride with the Hawkeyes right now in Caitlin Clark Mania is seeing these swarms of kids waiting for autographs after games and then just seeing their reactions when they get a picture with her or they get something signed. You might remember this scene from Monday's Elite 8 postgame in Albany. We had it live here on CBS 2 and Fox 28. That girl getting her shoes signed by Caitlin, and that's the appropriate reaction.
Athletes like Clark and Wilson rely heavily on media publicity and fan support to succeed. Positive media attention and passionate fan bases promote these players and highlight their accomplishments.
Micaiah McCann, 15-year-old from the Albany, New York area, got to go to both Iowa games out there, and then popular sites like Awful Announcing and Just Women's Sports shared that scene from our live stream. That is how Micaiah found out she was on live TV in Eastern Iowa. She found us, reached out to us to tell us that she's the shoe girl.
Fans' sold-out basketball collections are a direct outcome of their love and enthusiasm for their favorite players.
On Saturday, I was like, there's no way I get her autograph. She's such a big deal. There's going to be people lined up down there. Like, it's insane. But on Monday, I was like determined. I was saying before the game, I'm going to get this autograph. It's going to happen. And everybody's like, I hope you do.
The phenomenon of sold-out basketball collections extends beyond individual achievements. It reflects a larger trend in the sports industry, in which athletes are becoming cultural icons.
I got down there, and I was wearing Nike Blazers, so they're really hard to take off. I was like, I need Caitlin to sign my shoe. So I quickly took the laces out, pulled it down, just held it there for 40 minutes.
Oh my God.
And then she came over and she signed it.
The ability to sell items fast and efficiently highlights the power of athlete branding and the potential for substantial commercial success. Caitlin Clark, Aja Wilson, and the entire women's basketball community have a bright future ahead of them. With each milestone, the sport gains popularity and support. Clark's sold-out basketball collection is just one of the many ways women's sports are making progress. As more athletes break down boundaries and inspire the next generation, the effect of women's basketball will only expand. Caitlin Clark and Aja Wilson are two of the most prominent players in women's basketball today. Their talent, commitment, and influence go beyond the court, making them cultural icons. The financial success of their basketball collections demonstrates their impact in the expanding popularity of women's sports. Clark and Wilson continue to surpass new goals, inspiring numerous young athletes and paving the way for a more open and friendly sports environment. The future of women's basketball seems promising, with stars like Clark and Wilson leading the way to continuing growth and success. Is Clark able to bring a remarkable change to the current buzzing WNBA narrative? I strongly believe she is in for a great ride in the sport. What's your take on her? Let's hear it in the comments section. Meanwhile, like and subscribe to our channel to get updates on recent happenings around this young prodigy and the basketball community. Thanks for watching.
It is Caitlin Clark able to clear for Indiana. Caitlin coming off that 20-point performance right here, handling the physicality of Benijah Laney.
Caitlin Clark has lately risen as a notable character in the WNBA, attracting widespread notice for her outstanding performances and generating headlines for her historical accomplishments. Clark's effect on the court as the Indiana Fever's newest star has been nothing short of remarkable, catching basketball fans' attention and confirming her status as one of the league's most promising players.
3 and some change left to play here in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark pulls it back. Sit down. Her third.
You got to be careful when you're going on.
Clark's path has been challenging. When she joined the WNBA, she faced intense scrutiny and great expectations, with many waiting to see whether her collegiate prowess would transfer to the professional level. Early in the season, the Indiana Fever struggled to find their footing, and detractors questioned Clark's ability to adjust to the WNBA's more aggressive and physical play style. Clark, on the other hand, remained unwavering in her drive to achieve.
They scored on 6 of their 8 possessions this quarter. Caitlin Clark to Smith. A rocket of a pass.
The turning moment occurred during a recent game against the New York Liberty when Clark gave a performance to remember. The Fever, considered underdogs against the top-ranked Liberty, pulled off a shocking win with a final score of 83-78. Clark's effort was critical as she produced a triple-double, becoming the first rookie in WNBA history to do so. Her stat line of 19 points, 13 assists, and 10 rebounds not only helped her team win, but also cemented her place in history.
Now, one thing we've seen, and Holly Rowe talked to the players about this, last year they shot a lot of 4-pointers as Sabrina knocks that one down for a 4-pointer.
Sabrina Ionescu, a Liberty star, made disparaging post-game remarks, attributing the Fever's victory to the fact that it was their Super Bowl game. Regardless of Ionescu's criticisms, Clark's performance spoke loudly, demonstrating her ability to rise to the situation and surpass seasoned veterans. Clark's triple-double was also noteworthy since it broke one of Ionescu's records, giving another element of joy to the accomplishment.
Ionescu had a big first round with 26, Wickham at 28.
Gosh, it looks so easy,
It
Ryan.
does. Well, one of the things Sabrina's talked about.
Clark's ability to manage pressure and execute in critical circumstances has been a defining feature of her game. With fewer than 3 minutes left, Clark made a sequence of important plays that turned the tide in favor of the Fever. Her leadership and calmness under duress shone through as she organized the comeback, scoring clutch shots and assisting important plays for her teammates.
We're up 15-6 against the WNBA's best team, record-wise, win percentage-wise in the Liberty. They're 17-3 heading into this game this season. Alyssa Smith makes the tough layup. Fever up 7. That was a cough drop shot.
The win against the Liberty could have been an exceptional instance. Clark's constant performance has been a driving factor for the Fever this season. She has been essential in many of the team's victories, often leading in numerous statistical categories. Her performances have drawn comparisons to some of basketball's greatest players, including LeBron James and Russell Westbrook, highlighting her exceptional talent.
Yeah, here with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin, I know you guys are used to playing in front of sellout crowds, but the Footprint Center is a very hard place to play. You guys got the win. What was the mindset going into this one to get a dub?
I think we were just resilient. You know, when they punch us in the mouth, we always found a way to answer.
Clark's debut season has been full of remarkable accomplishments. In addition to her historic triple-double, she became the WNBA rookie with the most points and assists in the shortest amounts of time. Her ability to contribute in all aspects of the game has made her a notable player, and she now leads the rookie class in scoring and assists.
No, she never shies away from the moment. She made some huge shots for us, but she's just poised, very poised. You can see it in her face, like she wants to be in those moments. So I'm super proud of her.
Obviously, a lot was made of this matchup between yourself.
Aside from her on-court abilities, Clark has received substantial fan support, getting the most votes for the WNBA All-Star squad. Her popularity has spread beyond the basketball court, with numerous endorsements and a growing presence in the sports world. Clark's influence in the league extends beyond her accomplishments. She is also helping to raise the reputation of women's basketball, gaining new fans and growing attention for the sport.
Press, not quite what we're going to see tomorrow night from Ohio State. But Louisville, a terrific defensive team as Clark finally shakes free and gets...
Clark's journey has been marked by perseverance and an unwavering pursuit of excellence. Despite facing tough defenses and physical play, she has consistently adjusted and improved her game. Her ability to navigate screens, handle pressure, and build rapport with her teammates has been critical to her success. Clark's development as a player is shown in her performances and ability to produce consistently in high-pressure circumstances.
She's been an ambassador for the sport in a way that she hasn't necessarily had to be. I mean, she's a big star and everybody turning out for her in record numbers, but to spend time like this, I think, is very special. And it's important because it's drawing the...
Caitlin Clark's future seems tremendously bright. Her debut season has established a high standard, and she is on track to become one of the WNBA's all-time greats. Her skill, work ethic, and competitive attitude make her a tough opponent and a vital member of the Indiana Fever. Clark's impact on women's basketball will undoubtedly be long-lasting as she continues to grow and perfect her game.
It is Caitlin Clark able to clear for Indiana.
Caitlin coming off that 20-point performance right here, handling the physicality of Benizor Laney.
Already getting some better looks than she did on Tuesday.
Caitlin Clark's recent performances have been nothing short of remarkable. Her ability to overcome hurdles, produce at important times, and make history as a rookie has caught the attention of the basketball world. Clark's effect goes beyond her successes, as she helps to enhance the reputation of women's basketball and inspires a new generation of fans. With her skill and commitment, Clark is primed to become a dominating force in the WNBA for years to come.
Clark, step back, handoff Boston. She'll give it back to her. Good ball movement. Samuelson's open, and she delivers with a three. Boston going to have quite the assignment trying to chase Jones around the perimeter as Stewart turns and hits.
Clark's impact has extended beyond her athletic abilities. Off the court, she has emerged as a role model for young athletes, especially young females who wish to play basketball. Her path from collegiate standout to WNBA great stands as a testimony to the power of determination and devotion.
We'll see it as Alyssa Smith. Christy Wallace works it around to Caitlin Clark. Long three, no good, and Sabrina Ionescu pulls down the board. Now a long look-ahead pass and a great look from Lainey Hamilton to...
Moreover, Clark's achievement has spurred crucial questions regarding the visibility and support of women's athletics. Her rise to prominence has highlighted the importance of increased investment in women's basketball, both in terms of media attention and financial support. Clark's marketability and rising fan following highlight the WNBA's and women's sports' overall untapped potential. Clark's narrative also emphasizes the value of mentoring and support structures in athletic development. Throughout her journey, she has benefited from the advice of seasoned instructors and the companionship of her colleagues. This has been critical in helping her navigate the challenges of professional sports and maintain high-level performance.
We are underway, the home opener for the Liberty. Clark asking for the screen. Off to Mitchell, gets a clean look, and knocks it down.
Clark's impact is anticipated to grow as her career continues, including in lobbying and community participation. Many WNBA players have utilized their platforms to advocate for social justice concerns, and Clark has the potential to be a strong voice in these efforts. Her background and experiences allow her to provide distinct viewpoints on subjects such as gender equality, racial justice, and marginalized groups' access to sports.
Full circle it does, because we wanted to make your dream come true. You've made so many dreams come true. State Farm knew it had been some time since you'd seen Maya, and like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Clark's contributions to the Indiana Fever franchise cannot be overstated. Her presence has infused fresh vitality into the squad, increasing morale and performance. The Fever's turnaround this season is partly due to Clark's leadership and excellent performance, which have re-energized the team's fan base and added fresh energy to the organization.
Clark, she'll need the heroics here, and does it. Is anyone surprised? That's what they come to see. I mean, Jazz Shelley was out on her at half court knowing.
Clark's performance has also contributed to the WNBA's overall trend of increased competition. As more exceptional players like Clark join the league, the general level of competition rises, making the WNBA more thrilling and unexpected. This increased competitiveness helps the league as a whole, attracting more spectators and encouraging participation in women's basketball. Clark's impact also extends to the commercial side of sports. Her marketability has garnered various endorsements and partnerships, which not only assist her monetarily, but also increase the prestige of the WNBA. Companies are starting to see the importance of investing in women's sports, and Clark's success is a major contributor to this transition. The media's portrayal of Clark's accomplishments has also contributed significantly to her climb to stardom. Positive media coverage helps to strengthen her brand and boost her exposure, attracting additional admirers and sponsors. Her story of overcoming obstacles and attaining success appeals to a broad audience, making her an intriguing figure in the sports world. Clark's ability to interact with people on a personal level has further established her standing as a celebrity. Her contacts with fans, both in person and on social media, show her gratitude for their support and contribute to the growth of a dedicated following. This fan connection is critical to retaining interest in her career and the WNBA as a whole. Clark's flexibility and basketball IQ distinguish her from many of her classmates. She can read the game and make sound judgments, such as locating an open teammate or shooting a vital shot. This degree of awareness and execution is unusual for a rookie and speaks well for her future success. Clark's defensive abilities are also impressive. While most of the focus has been on her attacking successes, her ability to defend numerous positions and disrupt opponents' plays has been critical to the Fever's success. Her defensive ability adds another depth to her game, making her a more complete player. Looking forward, Clark's potential for breaking more records and reaching new milestones is boundless. Her will to always grow and dedication to her trade indicate that she will not rest on her laurels. Fans and observers alike are eager to see how far she can go and what new heights she will attain. Clark's impact on the next generation of basketball players is being felt. Young athletes look to her as a role model and are motivated by her path and accomplishments. This motivation has the potential to promote young girls' engagement in basketball and other sports, thus contributing to the general growth and development of women's sports. To summarize, Caitlin Clark's effect on the WNBA and women's basketball is substantial and far-reaching. Her outstanding achievements, leadership, and marketability have propelled her to stardom and drew fresh attention to the league. As she continues to perform and inspire, her legacy will most certainly include both her on-court accomplishments and her contributions to the progress of women's sports. Clark's narrative is one of skill, tenacity, and the ability of athletics to effect good change. Clark's ascension in the WNBA demonstrates her perseverance and drive. Each game she plays is a chance to solidify her position as one of the league's top players. Her hard ethic and dedication to her profession are reflected in her constant performance and the respect she has earned from colleagues and admirers. Clark's leadership goes beyond her accomplishments and statistics. She is a loud leader on the court, directing her colleagues and making smart choices to improve the team's overall performance. Her ability to encourage and motivate her teammates has contributed to the Fever's success and cemented her place as the club's staple. It is so evidential Caitlin Clark has and is changing the narrative of the WNBA. Next up, hit that like button and also subscribe to this channel for more captivating videos on the WNBA. Thanks